you around the windiest corner in Brooklyn, Hanson Place in Ashland, right near Flatbush. And here's the Apple store, which is reopened. And you're going to hear the wind for a little while until I get away from the Williamsburg Bank building. But this is the 300 Ashland building. It's beautiful, very new. Whole Foods. And the base of the store is still a little boarded up. And since we have to stop here, I'll show you. This is the BAM, Brooklyn Academy of Arts, of Music. And I've never been inside, but it's supposed to be beautiful, on par with New York Broadway theaters. And they like to have, Jimmy Kimmel likes to have his shows when he's here, broadcasting from New York. Okay, we can cross. So this would be technically in the Fort Greene neighborhood, but it's a lot different from the brownstone part of Fort Greene. A lot of new construction. This is a Shakespeare theater that opened right before the end of Mayor Bloomberg's term in office. It was something he was very proud of, and made sure the city funded a lot of it. Now we're into a brownstone block, going down Ashland. I'll show you different parts of Fort Greene. Which is not a huge neighborhood, but it has a fairly well-known reputation within New York. This is Brooklyn Hospital, which took on a lot of coronavirus patients. Ambulances were constantly coming here, and some pretty morbid scenes of bodies being stored in refrigerated trucks out here on the street. This is this tall building is being built on the campus of Long Island University, on a former baseball field, which I think they're still going to have a soccer field left over after all that construction is done. Fort Greene Park through there. We'll get a better look at it from the next street we'll go down. But going down Ashland here, this is a good bike way to take if you want to go from the area we were just in to Manhattan via the Manhattan Bridge. This is a good route to take. So now we'll go up Myrtle Avenue. This building here was just finished. It's still probably getting the final things done to it, and people have moved in. Seniors. So here's Fort Greene Park over here, and I'm going to move out of the way of a bus that wants to pull over right behind me. B-54. So Fort Greene Park which is built on the site of a former fort. But it's also, they don't make a huge deal of it. There's always talk of playing up the historical significance more of it. But it's where many soldiers from the Revolutionary War are buried in a mass grave at the top of the hill. Many of them died while prisoners in prison ships in the Wallabout Bay, which is down through that direction, down towards the water. So it's pretty inhumane, being taken prisoner and then basically starved to death. So in the Myrtle Avenue commercial district, but we're going to go along Fort Greene Park here because it's so pretty. In the brownstones along the side of the park. Take a look at the tower that they have. Memorial Tower that they've mounted on the top of the hill. Williamsburg Street is closed to traffic for pedestrians. It's part of the city's Open Streets program. Just a beautiful row of brownstones along the park. And this playground, which is brand new, is open now. The neighborhood uses the park more and more, particularly dog walkers like to bring their dogs, especially in the morning, to this corner of the park. It's a little cross decal here. Take you up to another small park up this way in a couple of blocks. So there's a lot of green in Fort Greene. And red brick. Like in some of the other brownstone neighborhoods, there's various architectural styles. Some apartment buildings squeezed in. I just wanted to get a close-up of the pink teacup, which I never went to when it was open, and now it's closed. And I think it closed before the pandemic, unfortunately. It always looked like a cute place to go. So another interesting block, especially these houses with the porches on them. Beautiful. We're in Cumberland Avenue, they call this now. Street changed names. So we'll go down Greene. The Greene in Fort Greene with an E at the end. Subway, the C train. stops like every 10 minutes. Some other pretty docks, all docks are. There's a lot of good restaurants here on Fulton. It's a lot of choices. Havana Outpost is a unique place. They're only open in the summer, and they go back down to Cuba, I guess, all winter. So they have a large outdoor eating area here. It's very nice. Independent bookstore over there. A German restaurant, the Black Forest, Brooklyn. Very nice when it's open. Turkish restaurant across the street. We'll go around this triangle, which they just finished fixing up. And it's a big place for people to sit out. And then I'll get off the bike here and walk a little bit, because this is especially interesting, this area. This used to be a nice, good old-fashioned diner here. That's now closed, also before the pandemic. That's Jackie Robinson, the first African-American baseball player allowed to play in the major leagues. And then this is Spike Lee's 40 Acres and a Mule production company offices. And I remember he had a sort of like DJ'd a party after the death of Prince, and a lot of people were out on the street. And that's Spike himself wearing a Dodgers uniform, and Do the Right Thing was his first major film. And there's the Williamsburg Bank building where we started. It used to be a bank, now it's residential. And then there's the 300 Ashland building that we rode by that has the Apple Store, very modern. Designed by an architect, I believe, from Argentina. So anyway, this neighborhood has outdoor eating places and bars. And it's a good place to go, not only for residents, but also if you're staying in downtown Brooklyn, which kind of doesn't have the best restaurant choices, and you should fan out and go to different neighborhoods, and including this one, to go to places to eat. It's very lively and a cool neighborhood. All right, that'll do it for Fort Greene. Thanks for joining me.